Hey, I'm Kev, Mr. Cohen. Welcome back to MotoGP 17 and the manager quiz. We're heading to Austria as the hills are alive with the sound of Moto 2. As MacDonald prepares for his qualifying effort around the circuit where he's had pace in the past but just hasn't got the results. That's one of the reasons why, though. He keeps falling. Not the ideal preparation for your qualifying effort, but let's see what you can do around here. This is a very tricky circuit. Lots of heavy braking zones, high speed as well. You've got to avoid the inside of some corners here, so you've got those yellow bumps as you saw on our warm up there. For this qualifying effort, but now we go up the hill. Building the speed, going towards the forest. And even with our uphill braking, you have to brake very early into this right-hander to stay very tight and look a bit clumsy on a bike. And now you're going downhill with another long bendy straight. Braking around 150 meters before this corner because it's downhill this time. Definitely want to bring the braking zone into that trail braking into the corner as well. And another little straight again, that bends. For the blind corner, perhaps the most tricky corner on this circuit. It's going downhill into nothingness, it looks like. Don't even see an apex of a corner, so it's all good. And then into the fast sweepers here. Through the left and then flat out through the right. Use all of that curb on the entrance and exit. Too much curb on the exit. And another downhill blind corner braking zone into the right-hander, and in the final corner. Avoid the curb on the inside. He's down again. What is going on in that final corner? MacDonald down again, not touching any curbs, just falling. This is a 37.4. That was going to be a decent effort, I feel, until that final corner. Got a look at the setup then before the race. Has you can see weather conditions again cloudy with a chance of sunshine. As MacDonald is no doubt qualified last, but who's grabbing pole? It's again between the Mark VDS twins, and it's Marcus who beats his teammate by 15 thousandths of a second with Luti on the front row. Livio leads the second row ahead of Piscini and Baldassari. Nakagami leads the third row ahead of Shirota and Verge, with Kent running out the top. 10 is looking further down. Where's Vanda? 29th. Decent qualifying for a teammate. As MacDonald is last by a second and a half after that fall in the final corner. So we've got to look at bike setup before the race and let's see if we've sorted it out. As we look at the grid, we've messed with some settings in the garage. Made the ride height a bit taller and made the bike a bit more stable. Messing with the suspension settings on the bike. So hopefully we won't have that issue in the final corner in the race. Let's look how jam-packed it can get in that first corner on the warm-up lap as we look through the field. It's going to be a long time until we see our boys, as there is Magnum in 29th, and you can see Light still on his own special row in 34th.
So the race is about to begin, and the riders know that all the hard work they put in won't mean a thing if they can't cross the finish line in one of the positions that counts.
As here is MacDonald preparing for a race where he doesn't perhaps expect a lot, but is hoping for that. As we rev the engine up and get away. Almost jump started. He did a Bottas in Austria. He's already approaching the top 20. Going down the inside of Navarro, it looks like. Being pushed wide is MacDonald, but look at this run out of the corner. Up into the points, is he? Around the outside of his that Shirota or Kent. He's braking on the curb, braking where nobody wants to be, it looks like. Going down the inside of a few riders up into the top 10. Another magnificent start from MacDonald right at the back he was. Past Shirota now up into 9th. Is this that Pons in front? Is he outbrake? Oh, he's outbraked himself by Country Maldo down the inside of Vergate. And all that good work in the first couple of corners undone. Down to 23rd. There he goes down the inside, a couple of riders though, into that blind corner down the hill. Struggles to get on the power. It's behind Raffin, I believe that is, the teammate of Luti in 20th. Oh, trying to get on that right-hand curb, but too much curb. And now it's the battle between the black, white and yellow bikes. You know, we've got some blue on our bike, so let's see if these suspension settings have worked. Going very cautiously in this final corner. We survived. I believe it has. With Pons in 23rd ahead of Nakashima. Luti leads his teammate. Down in 20th, only for Raffin. So here comes MacDonald diving down the inside and down. He's a man out of control. As he goes down to second to last, 33rd. His Xavier Simon was down. Was that who MacDonald clashed with? The Belgian. Not good at all from the elusive rider. But a hairpin is nicking it around the outside up into 28. There's Navarro battling again for the top 30 with Sir in. Decent qualifying from the pair, but in the race, just dropped back majorly. As Marcus takes the lead from Luti. Here comes MacDonald easing down the inside of everything. That's Corsi, is that Manzi? No, it's Corsi past Vander in front, that's our teammate. And he was past Manzi. Nakashima. Japanese rider trying to follow through. Corsi on the move, past Pons as well, up into 21st on that speed up. As here comes MacDonald down the inside of his teammate even. Past Remy Gardner as well. Staying off the curb that time. Up into 22nd, Corsi dropping back to 25th. Here goes MacDonald into that penultimate corner, going wide. Now the final corner. Oh, he's down! You can see that again, it's just the track. So MacDonald's down to last place. No mistake from MacDonald, just not sure what's happening there. You can see second and a half behind the field at the moment. Then out breaks himself by a country goal going into the first corner. As Marquez leads ahead of Luti. MacDonald battling to just score some points this race. After a superb first couple of corners, it's just gone downhill since he went off. That third corner. Or fourth corner. But he does get back up to 33rd, just holding on to the bike. Now he's behind Xavier Simon, Moto2 veteran, gets past his very similarly coloured bike. Now down the hill, around the outside are a couple of guys. Not quite, so now the Belgian back bike. Oh. Now down the inside, the Spaniard. Are we up into 31st? You are. Up into 30th. On Navarro. Very slow into the left-hander. Left the door wide open for MacDonald there. It's hard on the power now. Back up to 29th. The charge is on for MacDonald. Going to the penultimate corner behind Surin. The Malaysian rider. Oh, he's down again. There's something wrong with that final corner. No matter what line we take, we can't make it through. Go close to the curb, go wide. It's not working. Goes wide in the first corner, onto the fourth for that. Even with all the setup changes, raising the ride height, changing the dampers. Simon's up to 31st. MacDonald again missing an apex. As Marcus takes the lead from Luti. I'm going to have to carry no speed into that corner. Like, go at 10 miles per hour through the corner. Xavier Simon back into the top 30 past Paoli. So you catch up to the Spanish rider. Catch up to Locatelli as well. The Italian. It's into that left-hander going wide, getting on the power. So the rear tyre is not going to be off our friend as well. We're down. The bike's severely damaged as well. It's Marquez, 32.8, new fastest lap. And so here we go into the final corner. Bike just goes down. I can't do anything. It is just a track. Can't wait to ride a MotoGP bike round here. As I think MacDonald's going to finish the last now. As he goes wide again in that first corner. As he makes his own track. Man, that is disappointing if the developers didn't even bother to test Moto2 or MotoGP around it. And see that obvious issue. So 10.5 seconds behind Locatelli. Got Paglia for the second in front of him. But MacDonald, the battle of his race is just making it through the final corner. Which is absolutely ridiculous. As he goes wide once again, the bike just not reacting now to anything he does. Navarro back into the top 30. Stiffened up the bike with all these suspension changes. Definitely does not suit the elusive rider. And it's hard to tell which is more worn, the tyres or the bike. Looking in the bottom right. As he crawls to the finish now. Just hoping to make it. As he is gaining 10.5 seconds behind Locatelli. Goes mega wide. No, not even going wide into the corner can do it. Crashed at 15 miles per hour there. Still can't make it through the corner. So we go into the first corner of penultimate lap. Very slow from MacDonald. But he's just raving to the fans now, doing a couple of parade laps as Morbidelli takes a podium position ahead of Oliveira. MacDonald braking on the curb now. Doesn't even care anymore. Hits the apex though. He's 15 seconds behind anyone. He can just look at the rolling hills around there. Let's enjoy himself. It's just a Sunday ride now. Get it through that downhill right-handers. Marcus takes the lead from Luti. Does he have gained a second somehow? Just cruising along. Luti does the fast lap, 32.8 as they're gone into the final lap now. Morbidelli with the fast lap, 32.7 in fourth though. Losing more precious points to Marquez. Locatelli up to 32nd ahead of Paoli. Morbidelli up into third ahead of Oliveira. Denting the Portuguese rider's title chances as well. But he's going down, he's taking down the KTM rider as well. As well, we made it through. The final corner. A miracle has happened here in Austria. As we've gone to the final lap. Makes the first corner, doesn't MacDonald? With style there. So we've got a couple of Spaniards battling for the top 30 position. We now go up the hill. Lots of engine braking going on. Not apex hitting, no. Get hard on the pound, looking at Navarro battling like a hell for that top 30 position. It's going to be decided right at the line. Lots of engine braking, lots of trail braking into these corners. It's a very tricky circuit to ride, especially when Milestone don't bother to test the final corner. And it's like, as who's won the race? It's Marquez again. Spaniards on a roll here. He's just easing away in the title hunting, it's like. It's Paoli and Locatelli battle for 32nd, battle for pride there. And MacDonald gaining loads on them. As here we go, approach the infamous corner. And we're down again. So I might need help from you lot in the comment section below. How do I set up a bike around Austria so I don't crash and die every lap? Like we've just seen from MacDonald. Miserable race. Not for Marcus though, as he wins ahead of Luti and Oliveira. Morbidelli with the fastest lap, but only in 4th. In the end, as the top 4 covered by just over a second. Baldassarri in 5th, just ahead of Piscini, with Bagnaia 7th. Vergey in 8th, ahead of Kent. Marini ran out the top 10. Quartararo, Nakagami, Pons, Binder, and Agata grabbing the final point, just ahead of Sandro Cortese. As Vander in the top 20, 19th, good race from the South African, while MacDonald was last by an absolute country mile. So in the championship, Marquez has an almost race-win lead now over his teammate Morbidelli. He's just 7 points ahead of Oliveira, with Luti in 4th, Baldassarri 5th, Bassini up to 6th ahead of MacDonald after that disappointing race for the Scot, Bagnaia 8th, Vergey up to 9th ahead of Marini, and we have Kent up to 13th ahead of Agata, Pons up to 15th ahead of Corsi, with Sandro Cortese up to 24th ahead of Raffin, Vander in 26th, and right at the back is Locatelli. As in the constructors' standings, it's an 82-point lead now for Cadex over KTM, with Tech 3 in for 22 points ahead of Suter, and Speed Up in last on 20 points. As we have unlocked Valentino Rossi from 19 years ago, when he was a 250cc rider, if I recall correctly, as it was not a good weekend for Moto2 riders. MacDonald started last, ended up last thanks to that stupid final corner. Well, Vander, he actually had a decent race, climbing 10 positions from his qualifying position. Well, Moto3, once again, our separate qualified on the front row, but could only finish in 20th, while the Argentine rider finished in 22nd after starting in 21st. Very consistent once again from him. But they both achieved the race objective, so he got a decent amount of credits, it looks like. And they improved their skills, so throttle management and cornering for the Cypriot and throttle management for the Argentine rider. MacDonald improved his braking, cornering and body position, probably on the floor. And Vander improved all of his skills. While we did earn a decent amount of credits, 21,000, even though lots of costs, no surprise, and reputation, barely anything changed there. As MacDonald, look at all of that repair costs you've given us, thanks to that dodgy circuit. As I believe for the first time as well, we've broken the million mark, or for the second time. As well, we actually broke it last round, but I've just noticed it for the first time. As to end this episode, we were doing an activity day. So we had to our credits. Well, we could either do some muscle building for a rise, improve their throttle control by 100 XP, do an advert, get 15,000 credits, or go session, get 350 reputation, or do some driver coaching, get their muscle endurance up, improve their braking ability by 20% in the next race. Of course, we're going to head to the bank balance. So next time out, we'll be heading home for MacDonald and Elusive, as it will be the Silverstone circuit and the British Grand Prix next time out. Can MacDonald return back to normal ways, and can the Moto3 riders continue their race objective charge? Find out next time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you then.